Welcome everyone to another nightly news broadcast. Isn't it amazing? The upstream, most VIP, prominent and well-paid Linux, allegedly Linux Foundation developers, BROKE, you guessed it, precious. I would hold it up if it would not be powered on. Sony PlayStation 3 disk support again. They still have not applied my last fix. They broke it with. I said it before. Quarterly, the Linus Torvalds clean code initiative of breaking and touching every API in the name of clean code and cleanups and perfection. Breaking more shit. SGIO2 frame buffer broken. UltraSpark 8 GB broken. Yes, it's not mainstream, but hey, other mainstream stuff, Sync, Intel, AMD also constantly broken, right? And so yeah, finally, and the irony is people accused me, like people like installing T2, the last Linux distribution supporting all this crazy stuff, really currently wasting 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 8 hours at a time, finding the most stupid, like what annoys me, like I'm getting burned out, depressed, and it's 25 years later outright time-wastingly freaking annoying. And these people with a salary of 100, 200, 300,000 Linus Torvalds, $600,000 standing on conferences and praising this failed development model of it's the greatest development model of human history. So the Linux Foundation and Linus Torvalds said. Absolutely mind-blowingly, what did they break now again? It is again a one-line change, and they have not even fixed the last one-line change. And so it took me, so this commit broke it, ladies and gentlemen. And so did I finish the other sentence? Users of T2, the last users of the Sony PlayStation 3, accused me of our shitty low-quality T2 maintained patch set is causing disk corruptions. No, I'm sorry to bring it. Also, do people send me nice patches? No. Like, someone else apparently maybe worked around that, but do you think they sent me not a message? Do you think, like, what kind of community is it? Like, I'm the last person, year after year, week after week, month after month, day after night after night, fixing all this garbage, and some other person YOLO'd there some fix probably together. Do you think he CC'd me? Do you think he copied me? Like, no, he posted some random low quality patch tarball on PSX places of stuff. Do you think this other person who apparently maybe it's a coincidence that some other person had here this convoluted garbage. It's like, do you think someone drops me a patch or a note or like, no, I need to waste the better part of my precious Sunday to fix this stupid bugs. What is the bugs? So this change here, hash commit A7F18B7 whatnot is effing broken. It's like, hey, Christoph Hellwig here, maybe in Germany. P3 pass Q. Like, why do people keep touching other people's codes that they do not freaking test TM? PS3 disk, path Q limits to block MQ, multi-Q alloc disk. Path the few limits PS3 disk imposes directly to block MQ instead of setting them one at a time. Yeah, thanks for this cleanup. Clean code, Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds clean code initiative. Let's change APIs, let's change code, let's make it cleaner and more broken. Yay! Do I mention other, like nearly every of my machines in my collection needs some fix. That when I set it upstream, you did not white. Like, people tell me I'm a white space police. Like, I'm clean with white spaces. And when I sent a one-line change to Christoph Hellwig or so, your mail agent white space broke your one-line patch, like due, and you can't freaking, like, I apply shit from Discord and like Linux kernel developer, please send your one-line change of what I freaking broke whitespace cleaner because Thunderbird and Apple Mail in 2024 still whitespace damage patch files. It's like, do you see the bug in this patch? Yes, I also, it took me freaking the whole freaking Sunday afternoon of like, what the freaking heck is even freaking BROKE? Because of course I did not set, like, they just move here this code of setting block queue members instead of using functions slightly more efficient and nicer to read in this, initializing this here. Yeah, you know what, turns out def bounce size is not yet set, not yet initialized. So they, instead of this working code previously, now they initialize. Like, why did I not freaking change it? Because I looked everywhere but here, like, I debugged all the rest. It's like, cool. It's like the block layer is not even, because like all the IO failed. Like I was debugging everything until like, what the freaking, why is this bounce size 0? It's like, yeah, because this def bounce size is initialized like here. It's, you know, I overlooked this, like, and that is why, in my opinion, this Linus Torvalds super clean code initiative of the cleanest bugs humankind has ever seen, brought to you by ever-changing Linux kernel APIs and cleaning up other people's code that nobody except us here freaking tests TM. Yay! I'm sick and tired also of the community, like, because people argue with me, why do you use Subversion? Do you think these people arguing with Subversion ever, like, people waste so much of my time, but you're doing it wrong, your syntax highlighting, your IDE, you're using Subversion. Like, maybe send me a freaking fix for something for a change, or test Titanium ISO. Anyway, I'm not even making this shit up, because not only did it not work, I should also show you the original code of C. Like, if this is, why do I make this video? Hi, I need, like, because nobody pays me for this freaking shit. Do you think the Linux Foundation sends me a check of like, hey, you, again, thanks for your daily bug fix. 25 years in the making. Here's a check of, like, even Knut of the art of computer programming, whatever his book series, like, he sends a freaking binary dollar check of $2.56 or something. At least previously, until he stopped it recently or so. Like, do you think maybe the Linux Foundation should at least send out checks with a freaking binary? Like, T2 freaking Linux is more generous for people implementing issues than the freaking effing Linux Foundation. Limits here, bounce size. So because, like, I'm not making this, like, I could literally, I mean, I should literally click here on freaking tree and show you this in Linux kernel, but they are using Git, clean code in Git, totally freaking broken. Yes, just what every computer scientist dreams about. Debugging other people's cursed shit code the whole freaking weekend. Bounce size, and in the meantime, I also like don't care, like, if you don't like me anymore, like, I'm, you know what? It's like, you are not mighty to deserve my freaking bug fixing for like breaking shit faster than I can send it upstream. 1,000 patches in my patch queue of like nobody else is building a distribution for this anyway, right? Limits here, bounce size here, like here they are using it and here they are initializing it, like literally freaking in line 424 when they initialize. Other people study computer science for like the order of initializing data structures or difficult rocket science of yes. It's like, I wish I would make this up. It hurts. It is so stupid. It freaking hurts. It's, I don't even like do they even freaking like, is Microsoft donating so much money to the Linux Foundation that they sit there and break the Linux kernel code like yes, let's break some more code. And I have like 660 lines of amazing to do of like, why do we still have not 3D? Because every freaking quarter I fix stupid shit that the Linux Foundation breaks. I could have, in all the 40 or 52 hours I spent the last 12 months of each quarter debugging bullshit. I could have working 3D examples. This is like, it's like I'm 25 years later. Like, it's like, what more should I do? It's ridiculously stupid. And the sad thing is, like, people don't believe me. Why did I turn to YouTube? For 20 years I was a canary in the freaking coal mine and raising the alarm bells. I was, Debian, oh, you're making this shit up, everything is working. The Linux Foundation, oh, we are totally happy, we are getting more funding ever than ever, Linux is the greatest of reasons, and RPM distributions, what do you mean, we are busy fucking our MBAs, like, hey, we have, in the meantime, 42 freaking RPM distribution forks, like, the future is freaking now, and we are breaking Xorg and rewriting some new composition manager that years later still has no feature complete. All you guys. Like what even? Like what? We should do some stability testing and like, is this shit even still up? Like what is like 70 minutes? Yay! Latest kernel, but dumb idiot doesn't know what he's doing live on YouTube. It's like, yeah. I really would rather write NVIDIA freaking 3D code for the RSX, and the problem is, that is also like, sitting here and writing 3D code, amazing. Sitting here and debugging others, VIP AAA developers, world-renowned snowflake influencing Linux kernel presenters, breaking the most trivial var initialization. Like, that is not fulfilling you all, guys. I don't want to sit here and bisect and guru meditate other people's most dumbest bugs I've ever seen. Like, I've seen dumb bugs, but the other bug is as dumb as this bug, right? Like, the other bug is literally, which is still not fixed, right? They broke here literally. And this is, and so if you say, but this is just Sony PS3, this is just the stuff I see. Imagine multiply this with 100 times this shit that I'm not even aware of because I don't have each shit, right? Multiply this with all the data center stuff, with all the AI stuff, with Tesla self-driving and whatnot, right? That shit that nobody even touches, tests and whatnot. Like, this is just, if it's visible in Sony PS3, that means there are 100 times orders of magnitudes more times such things, because they tree-write, like tree-write API cleanup and tree-write clean code break shit, right? Somewhere here, use, is it this one here? Yeah, this commit here, so clean, it's not adding the, like, this is still freaking broken. Yes, I sent it upstream, it was allegedly, they said white space damage, but hey, one line, so difficult to un-white space damage. Like, they literally optimized this offset plus size array when they, hey, this is cleaner now, and not incrementing the offset anymore. Yay! We saved one addition, causing it's causing a little bit data corruption, but hey, it's one addition faster, and one addition in a 27 or 32 stage pipeline, 3.2 gigahertz PowerPC cell. It's obviously one addition. It's like, this is 1 divided by 32 billion or shit megahertz stuff faster and broken. Difficult, I tell you all guys, kernel development, difficult. Maybe they should not, maybe there should be a license for licensed kernel development of not breaking random shit. Yeah, that's amazing. This is amazing as your XYZ. Can you make a stable minimalist and package for 3D games? Be our new benevolent dictator and other devs are overpaid. I highly appreciate your super things. That is exactly why I'm here at midnight in the office, debugging other people's one-line bugs. Well, T2 was stable and minimal, although recently we added Java and Wine and Thunderbird and LibreOffice, so now it's not as minimal anymore. But the problem is these days, like, okay, we could skip on Java unless you want to play Minecraft, and we can't skip Wine because you want a game. So T2 is relatively minimal, except now we added quite some stuff to please all the people playing along at home. It's hard to make it more minimal, except, I mean, we could create the illusion of making T2. I mean, maybe if you're new to this stuff, we have a 25-year-long amazing, clean and fixed, the only distribution that can run X on an SH1T. The only distribution that has an boots on Sun Ultra Spark with more than 4 gigs of memory. That's not Sun 4V. PowerPC and RISC-V and stuff. And we could create an illusion of making T2 more minimal again, basically by only downloading the core image of, like, so let's say half a gig of storage, like 512 megabyte for your old-fashioned non-gigabyte counting aficionados, and only load all the other stuff on the fly, right? Like basically creating like, hey, it's small and minimal, unless you start a Windows game and then it's on the fly fetching Windows stuff. So yeah, but making it more minimal than T2, difficult. I mean, if you want a reasonable feature complete stuff. And by the way, all the bloat makes me really also depressed. And like, the irony is I want to move on to more amazing stuff, but this old stuff is like every freaking week. Not every month, not every quarter, every freaking week someone comes, but hey, this shit doesn't work anymore. And I'm sitting here, it was working well. What do you mean? It was, I tested it last month and broken again. And welcome to level 1 subscription stuff. So basically, I want to do more amazing stuff like 3. I want to do basically Power VR. Like I'm sitting here, 606 lines of amazing to do, Power VR, NVIDIA, and microkernel stuff. But like I spent like so many hours debugging other people's failed shit. Yeah, that's a problem. And so all this complex stuff like Python and Cargo and Rust is really over-engineered. Just Cargo micro dependencies, right? You need 500 dependencies for Rust C, you need 500 dependencies for Firefox, and like this kind of stuff, right? And LibreOffice is a gigabyte and whatnot, right? So I would, I mean, beside the microkernel stuff, I would also want to write like, not like low quality, like BusyBox. Like what I mean with low quality is like YOLO together of like, it's like not pretty code, but somehow working. I would really love to actually do like quality minimal things, like not in C and readable code and stuff, right? I think this would be like, as mentioned there, minimal, right? Like a minimal, maybe even microkernel, and then minimal, like not everything GNU, but like minimally nicely engineered stuff, and actually then microkernel, yes, slower, but maybe faster because all the algorithms and tools are better and stuff, right? Actually, we should do some. I actually wanted to, we digressed a little bit, by the way, did we set ROM? So that's on the PS3 also, you want to see that better. Set ROM control find size 30. So that's a DECR development tool, right? So this has 512 megabyte of memory. Also, yeah, modproof is probably, why is this not, all right, it's an old install. On a new T2, this happens automatically. MK swap def set RAM 0 off, so that is what priority 100. Yeah, we have VRAM, and so we have actually quite some freaking virtual memory on this precious tool. And then it's just for performance testing, rebuild Lua also. And the irony is I would rather implement native command multi-queuing, which I did 2 years ago. So I realized, hey, wait a second, the hypervisor accepts multiple commands, right? Like nobody, and obviously not Sony, has ever implemented multi-command queuing. I implemented proof of concept of like some details, but like proof of concept, it would theoretically work. It would, like on an SSD, 12% or so high performance, on a mechanically rotating hard drive probably more. Like I would rather sit here a day and finish multi-command queuing for improved SATA performance on PS3, but no, I need to waste this time for this nonsense. Greetings there to Peru. Sorry, I only see what do you mean with lonely people? We're not lonely. We have a PS3. And an O2. We are not lonely, and an Itanium. But greetings to Peru. Actually, I want to visit Peru. Like Machu Picchu or so. There. Next, I need to see some nice places. Like I deserve to see some nice places of this planet for fixing all this stuff. Welcome there, T2 Linux time. Yes, and if you're new to this stuff, we do this otherwise daily. I actually literally sorted some patch stuff yesterday and this morning on Twitch, right? Like, also, why is this so freaking slow? I mean, yeah, it's a PS3 and stuff, like 3.2 gigahertz stuff only gets you so far. Idea what? Enough about what? Let me just full, or I need to resize this here. Oh, this is Hyperland, resizing Windows. Future is now. I like when he began talking rage about development community IT stuff. Happy to hear that. No idea what is going on, but I love your absolute weapon of knowledge. Really infuriating. I agree. Wrong type of behavior reward with way too much money. Need to use unstable kernel and lock everything down. I mean, it's not even. I don't even want to lock everything down. I just want reasonable stuff and not like this ever-changing, clean code. Like let's clean everything up until everything is broken attitude of the Linux kernel. Like if the BSDs would be less vintage code and more driver features and performance and stuff. But anyway, I need a microkernel. Can you talk about Sega and Nintendo had their own operating system in the early 90s? How those different from Linux? I've actually no idea what this console. I have no idea what they had. You're probably talking Dreamcast. So I know I recently saw a video, and I know they had Windows CE for some Dreamcast things, right? But my understanding, most high performance things didn't use Windows CE anyway. Like all the early Sega Dreamcast titles, also like this, and Nintendo. I mean, I don't. What did they had on the GameCube? Basically I didn't work. Like I would need to read documentation and whatnot. So I don't know basically. Yeah, piece great. Always like to hear other point of view, mainstream media. Yeah, that's the thing, right? On also like we have like 138. Like how does it? I just built here some stuff the other day because I started to look into this some 3-4 days ago. It's like only today I finished analyzing this nonsense here. Okay, that's actually. So my code might be a little bit faster. So because this others dump of like some others. Some other random person on PSX Places dumped their patches like, hey, I have some patches here, like mostly similar to mine, except so their code is doing some queue stuff, probably buggy. So maybe this performance change might be between crappy but just luckily working YOLO code and like so, and we could improve this further, right? Like we could queue multiple commands, which was never implemented except by me 2 years ago, test of. So we probably could shove another 8 seconds off of here or whatnot. So let's also build. Do we have a bash build time of? Maybe I built this yesterday. What date? Also, I think the date is often wrong. What date do we even have? 19th of... where's the date on this bloody smartwatch? I have a bloody smartwatch, can't find the date. Wherever the date is. I think I don't often look on the date of this bloody smartwatch thing. 19th. Something's also fishy. I don't know if it's a general thing with running as GameOS, because we run as GameOS in this other S++ thing, or if this is a UTC thing, or we like something is slightly, but I mean it wasn't that bad though, but okay, so let's rebuild Bash. This unfortunately due to the time change will or will it? Oh no, maybe not. This is also stupid. Now we should actually, why is this even, that is so stupid, of my own T2 Linux thing. Actually, do we even have internet? Okay, we don't have an oops at least. Do we have any oops of this? Also, some wrong key here. Hello, key binding. Okay, fine. So it's not my standard Tmax of like, hey, look at that, not a single freaking oops or stuff. It's like, yay. Okay, let's just, do we have Bash downloaded? I'm not a fan of that behavior. You know what? I think I YOLO that. Why does it... Oh wait, this is not even activated. Why does this... Amputils. Why is it not Amputils? What? Okay, that is stupid and shouldn't be like that. Anyway, it's also not what I wanted. I wanted to build it. What does when you menu YOLO too much stuff here just for performance and stability testing. Imagine the man starts talking again about web development. Paid for that. I probably should make a live stream. I can't always. I mean, I appreciate this there. Greetings to Peru again. But I cannot. Did the kernel update break T2 being able to run? Yeah, so someone said it didn't boot on a Slim. I need to take, that's also something. I boot on a developer tool, and maybe I'm aware of some other things I need to do, because I rewrote, I refactored or partially rewrote the frame buffer for higher performance, and still being able to draw the frame buffer when the RSX command ring crashed, and that my code rework removed support for stupid bordered broadcast modes that are silly and make no sense in my opinion anyway, and I didn't fully remove that yet, so I probably should, like, maybe someone not being able to boot on a Slim might even be frame buffer stupid mode things, but that's the thing. I have 666 lines of interesting to do things to do, and like finding other people's storage shit is like not, it's actually below my freaking pay grade. I should make a live stream. It's on my to-do. I should make a roasting web development, Broke native web development or so. So what more do we have there? Actually, some. We can skip wine. Let's go OpenGL on Vulkan native. Yeah, but then it's only so many games you have, right? Can I say to see people still pushing untested? I mean, of course, like if they tree-wide clean up tree-wide, I mean, of course they touch like 100 drivers that they don't have and stuff, right? I mean, they broke QLogic, SCSI and fiber channel stuff. Yes, data center fiber. I get it. Who's using freaking fiber channel in a freaking data center? They broke this like 3 times in 6 years, right? Like, yes, on my Sun Ultra Spark, Sunblade and stuff, but they do. It's like other people also allegedly, I heard, use it in their freaking data center. Wine. This is what Windows does, right? The ABS super stable. Yeah, that is set. I mean, Yeah, the Windows API might suck big times, but at least it's sucking stable. Like it always sucked the same. And yeah, perfect time for watching code that no clue about anything. Indeed, no microkernel dev. Funny, can run Windows X on Android with Termex. You can also run the Windows X on T2 with freaking Linux. The BROKE C++ software called compile Windows Phone. Nintendo 64 is the OS Ultra 64 and Sega Saturn undocumented was too in early 19. A subscriber of ours, Trap Exit, is doing, what is it, Neo Geo? What? Oh, sorry, I might. Whatever. Like they are. He's saying, what was it? Whatever it was, he said has quite advanced operating system stuff for console. Funny. I wanted to say, like, this is also the thing, like. Remember all the stuff of like some news sites like, hey, changes, and like also all this non-news, like news sites like stuff might get, like unimportant stuff might get in the news kernel the 5th time, like amazing news. It's like whatever, like also GNOME Session can now be built without X11 support, like yeah, congratulations, majors. Like also stuff changes and deletions and something, right? And like yeah, major news sites, stuff is changing, breaking news. Native stuff, they blocked Wallet Garden OS like iOS and Android. Chrome suck, hate them for blocking me to run. Yeah, me too. Like I get depressive. Like why did I reignite T2? Because I was using, I said this before, I had like 10 years of 1 decade of only maintaining core stuff. Of course, using it on like test and thin client and stuff with Xorg and Blackbox and stuff, but I did run macOS for a decade and still kept maintaining T2 only embedded core and Linux kernel and core utils and stuff. But modern, like macOS was pretty great a decade ago, but like modern Wallet Garden vendor locked in macOS like makes me depressive. Like it's literally, and all the bugs, right? You move files in the Finder, like even the freaking Finder has bugs. It has icon bugs. It has, and you could show it's only some icon bug, it's only some file drag and drop bug. It's like, do you only, like you can't even at times drag and drop files without freaking bugs. But like that even the freaking icons, the mouse cursor icons are buggy in macOS in 2024, and not sometimes constantly. Yes, I might be a power user, but like if even the mouse icons, like not even to start with big bugs, significant bugs. What is P3 support? Is it related to LLVM and RPSC? No, it's related to the freaking original Sony freaking PlayStation. It's like I should not lift it up like this with all the cables plugged in, but I know, especially not the precious rare tools stuff. Happy to hear that people love roasting web devs. Like, yeah, web devs, like, yeah, we should not roast and stuff, but yeah. I mean, luckily we have each day and week something else to complain about. And the sad thing is many developers know how shitty everything is, right? They just like, it's not mainstream news. Like if I speak with my friends at Microsoft or here in Berlin at some high profile companies or at other Fortune 500 companies, or like if other random people talk with me, it's like, dude, is everything cursed and shit and stuff is like, dude, but mainstream media, everything is amazing. Like the house is on fire, but mainstream media, yay, it's amazing. And have you tried the latest version of iOS and macOS and Facebook and Apple and by the way, Tesla and Dew and whatnot. This is by the way 9 minutes. Might not be ideal to control set this. Actually, I ran a team up, so I didn't have to control set this. Okay, it's still freaking building. Big tech blocks running binaries, bootloaders, little choice to be honest, and Apple App Store that. So the good thing is we have RISC-V. So also I never, like 20 freaking years ago when Microsoft and Intel started to lock EFI and Secure Boot, and like other prominent figures in the industry, including myself, said like Secure Boot, biggest evil of, and now Apple does vendor locked in bootloader stuff like orders of magnitudes more. And it's like at the point like you can't even like, it's of course it's not for security, it's just blocking out normal users to install alternative operating systems, right? Like on like Android on an iPhone. Like it goes as far as I have here an old iPhone or an old iPad, and I can't even like, why can I not just boot my ARM T2 Linux on an old iOS iPad or iPhone, right? And that is the thing, right? Like when computer, like when kernel hackers, when security experts cannot just simply boot, like even simply with like, yeah, coming up, it's also on my, like that is also on my 666 lines of to-do, getting T2 booting on Apple iPad and iPhone, right? Like, yes, there are, I'm aware there were hacks and abandoned sources and stuff, and yes, people did proof of concept, but that also, that is the difference. Similar to PS3, right? Like people do some random shit, which is kind of amazing, like booting like on an Linux on an original iPhone, on an original iPad, and then abandoning it. Why can people not put, I understand everything is freaking time, like, but hey, I do like 25 times this time, right? Like why cannot, if we find 1,000 people and everyone just commits an hour a month or an hour a week, we would have booting Linux on iPhone, iPad, PS3, and it's like people, like so little. By the way, does it really not that we have here some clock skew? Should not, like, yeah, pro tip, don't change time in the middle of building some stuff. Yeah, people having the motivation and dedication to keeping some stuff a little bit maintained, right? And that is a sad thing. People argue with me in half an hour of like Git versus Subversion, but never send a freaking patch. In the meantime, I learned the people who chat the most about philosophy of like, but this IDE and this syntax highlighting and you're using VI wrong and you're using Git wrong and you use Subversion wrong and your website sucks. Like, the people who always find something to complain about are not the people who ever will send you the smallest patch for even, we had people that were in our Discord and they discussed changes for weeks and never sent, I told them, I was begging them, because they was like, this on the website and this, and like for hours going on, I found this on the website, I found this, and this is all that. I was like, send a patch, like, no, I do it complete. I was like, please send a patch early and often, like, yeah, I send it when I'm done. And what is the result? Weeks and months of talking, like talk is cheap, show me the code. The people who talk the most send the least code, is my experience of 25 years of stuff. We have amazing new contributors to T2, but you know, there are people who do and there are people who talk. And that is, and then there are people who are dumb, and then there are people who are so dumb they can't even talk and only scroll TikTok and troll on like Elon Musk trolling on Twitter, like not being able to put any efforts in running one of his 5 companies and only trolling random shit on Twitter. So what is going on? Okay, this is not the most highest performance. That is unfortunate. I also Control-C that, but it is what it is. At least it didn't crash, didn't panic yet. I guess power off for tonight here, as well as this one here. I'm done. It's like, yeah, so much. We could do revolutionary stuff, but no, we need to spend our time fixing bugs behind the most elite, well-known and mainstream media praised Linux kernel foundation developers. Yeah, that's why we can't have nice things. Video 972. I trigger people. I see chat scrolling. Let's see one quick look here to Xserve. Thankful USB driver wrote, which also works on Xserve 3.1. That is amazing. Thanks for testing. Maybe send me a tested byline to send it upstream sometime soon. I didn't expect someone else testing it, but that's amazing. And yeah, if you have a moment, I would be happy to receive a tested by thing to have more than myself tested it. If SVN COT to trunk, is it the original 24.8 or is it the latest? If you check out trunk, that is the latest patches, which obviously we constantly, I could actually, if you want to check out 20, oh, so now the suspended to memory, very clever. If you want 24.8, you can check out the 24.8 tag. Of course, we tag this. One big tag. I could. Does it? Like, yeah, I aggressively suspend to memory stuff here for energy efficient reasons. So we have only one planet, and we have heated it already enough. Don't need to heat it even more with epic thread-ripping Ryzen stuff. So, and if I don't auto-suspend it, I forget, and then it's sometimes running days and stuff. So, also there's a typo, nothing like a typo already in the first freaking line here, very easy. Here. And apparently I typed there a dot for some reason. And I could also commit this, just, I mean, it's so, like, that's the thing, right? People don't even believe me that you spend 4 or 5 hours of bisecting and debugging this stuff to find this stupid shit. I slightly wonder why this whole block changes like this. Why does this whole block changes like this? It doesn't make the most sense. I don't quite remember touching this something. Why does the whole block change like this? That is bizarre. Or is this just... That is so bizarre. Why would this do that? Just because this one line changed in the middle? This goes from there to just... No, but this is there already. 65. Somehow the whole block must change due to the context and the change of this one. I mean, this is a little bit worst case. It is really shitty to review now. I hate when diff does stuff like this, but yeah, not a fan, but basically fixed RH Power PC64 Linux P3 disk broken upstream with this amazing change here of Q limits of block MQ. Oh no, that's not the right one. Wait, what? Did I click on the wrong one? This one here. That's the right one. So in the meantime, they are to, what are they now? To some 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe plus and minus, give or take or whatnot. So one really last look, and then I need to get some sleep. One thing that scares about laptops is moving to eMMC UFS device storage was part of the pre-installed Windows. Because the problem is to understand what's happening in the streams. Happy to hear that. I hope you enjoy this and learn something. People don't like things because talking gives them dopamine. People don't like to do things because talking gives them the dopamine that they need. Very thankful USB driver. Okay, we had that. Problem have requirement for the TPM 1100 system. 11th gen system, 64, everything need computer but can't run Windows 11. Like, you can run T2 Linux on it, right? Like, I would not even voluntarily, I mean, I get it, Windows games and stuff, but Windows makes me more depressive than Mac OS, so maybe don't delay, try T2 Linux today. Woman loves heavy cameras inside their body, that's why these phone vendors love to talk about how good the camera is. Weimar Terry Davis doesn't chill out. will become Weimar, Terry Davis. I chill sometimes. I'm mostly fine. But happy to hear you worry about my well-being, burnout, and getting paid for this stuff. I'd get burnt out. Like, hey, your views and super things and stuff and subscription at least pay the electricity and tip jar and some lemonade. Decent camera in my phone. Wish lenses were better, but then maybe because machine vision at work. First application for me, built Linux distribution after GCC and LVM, and Wine that doesn't deal with all Linux library anymore. Maybe I still will want. Good camera too, photograph-based flowers. Put them in the net. Happy to hear. Hope you enjoyed, learn something. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't delay. Try T2 Linux, the distribution where all those crazy regressions are fixed. And maybe one day, if you share, like, and subscribe, and Patreon enough, one day I will also send it upstream, which I should make Patreon and another XYZ highly appreciated super thanks stuff to probably motivate me senses. Deal with this upstream nonsense. But hey, I am happy to report after 4 years and hard work and dozen reminders, the GCC people finally merged my PowerPC G5 and cell optimization bug. The reason people don't submit code is because they talk about scratches their itch. And happy to hear that we deserve it. And all this Patreon and super thanks highly motivate me to actually keep my promise and send more stuff upstream. I should probably create a free patch tier for $20 or whatnot of every 20 or stuff dollars sends the patch up. Fully sync purchase the 2 TB SSD for the Xserve 3.1. Apple Open Firmware only supports 1.02 TB. LSISA supports 2 TB. Yeah, I can imagine. You probably what happens with larger storage is just the beginnings visible. Can you still boot with boot partition in the first terabyte? I would hope. Long Arch is very good either. It's faster than Ryzen. Some of my benchmarks even worse. Do you have a Long Arch? Not really. I mean, Long Arch is mostly slightly altered MIPS, isn't it? Should RISC-V not be the superior long-term and whatnot choice? Would be surprised if there's anything particularly superior in Long Arch compared to RISC-V. But anyway, details, comment below, details welcome. I have to go get some sleep. Amazing that so many people tuned in. I hope you enjoyed to learn something. And thanks for the Patreon and super chat. And hope to see you soon for all the continuation of this crazy stuff. And usually daily live on Twitch too. And we could actually run an outro. Why is here some ad stuff? You know what? This stuff is showing so there. And then, by the way, we have AI, T2 AI music, right? So we probably could chill here on the way out with some good. We probably should link it on our release site like OpenBSD in the golden days, so that we have release music to our amazing, increasingly amazing releases.
In the world of T2, where the source is king, build a custom Linux like a freedom ring. From on to Android basics, RISC-V inside, optimize for power all day and night. Flash-based freedom, tailor-made for you. T2 SDE. Packages, cross-compiling magic, modular design, automated builds, make your matches blazing speed. Embedded systems, lightweight and lean. A custom distro like you've never seen. Source-based freedom, tailor-made for you. T2SDE, local packages. Cross-compiling magic, modular design. Automated build, make your system shine. Worldwide contributions from Germany to the USA. T2SDE brings endless joy, secure and stable through every task. T2SDE, a necessity for malicious aid. Source-based freedom, tailor-made for you. T2SDE, no-code packages. Cross-compiling magic, modular design. Automated build, make your system shine.